Welcome to today's webcast. I'm Pat Dooley, sports columnist of the Gainesville Sun. He's Robbie Andreu, covers the Gators for the Gainesville Sun. We're so glad you joined us. It's week 2, Florida versus Troy. On the surface, you would dismiss that, Robbie, but I don't think you can. We saw this Troy team play last year against Florida State, almost handled them in Tallahassee. And with what happened up in Ann Arbor, I don't think anybody's looking past anybody.
There are no gimmies on the schedule, really. And you look at that game last week, Michigan, those people in Ann Arbor were just stunned. I don't even know if they've gotten over it yet. It's going to take a long time, but they're part of football infamy now. Florida doesn't want that to happen this week.
Absolutely. And, this is a very good Troy team. They are Sun Belt champs. Talking to Houston Nutt about it, he said, after they played them, he said, we saw why they were Sun Belt champs and won their bowl game as well. And their senior quarterback, Omar Hogebrook, is back. He's got a little bit of a thumb issue. He hit it on the helmet, but he should be okay. He's a tough guy. And the thing is, they like to throw it, and Florida's secondary was not impressive in the opener. No,
they were very susceptible, it looked like. And, they're hoping Marquis Anderson's back. That'll help them a little bit. Jacques Rickerson will be back. So, Florida needs to really work on that part of its game, and they're going to be really tested by this Troy team, which is going to spread the field and throw the ball, just like everybody you see every Saturday. Spread the field, throw the ball. Florida had problems last week. Even though you look at the defensive total, 214 yards, that looks like a winning performance. Yeah, 3 points, but yet everybody was upset with the defense. So they need some work, no question about it.
Who knows what those last 8 minutes, maybe they would have rallied. But they gave up 3 points. I wasn't impressed with them, though, because there were some areas where you could see some weaknesses. Cornerback, safety.
Defensive interior
was terrible. So they've got to get better. There's no question. Now, and you wrote about this earlier this week, Robbie. One thing that could help is they're getting some guys back. And Marquis Anderson supposedly is going to play. Lawrence Marsh, who was suspended. Jacques Rickerson, who was suspended.
Brandon James
on the offensive side, who was suspended, and also on kick returns. It should help him. But I wrote a column about how the difference between the first game and the second game, everybody talks about that cliche. Meyer doesn't buy into that. He thinks every season's different. And really, if you make your biggest improvement then, you're probably in trouble.
Yeah.
You want to make your biggest improvement right before the Georgia game, or something like that.
Yeah, you want to keep getting better as the year goes along, and that's what they did a year ago. And that's, you want to get better going into the Tennessee game. I know some people are feeling a little bit down or deflated about the defensive performance. And, the running game wasn't all that great either. I mean, Moore had a solid game. He didn't break anything over 10 or 12 yards. And I think they want that element of the offense to show up this week against a team that gave up a bunch of yards rushing a week ago.
It could be an offensive game. I mean, we could see Troy go up and down the field a little bit. And the other thing about that, not only does it often result in points, as you know, but if they keep the ball out of Timmy Tebow's hands, that's not going to be good for Florida either. I mean, this is a game, I don't think you had any reason to feel nervous if you're a Gator fan last week. You have a reason to feel a flutter this week.
Just the way that the game sets up with Tennessee's next week. You're playing a team that spreads the field and can do some of the things that Western Kentucky was doing early in the game last week. And, they need a defense push in the middle on the defensive line, which I think Lawrence Marsh might give them. And I know they're going to play
Torrey
Davis there more. So, they're aware of their problems. That was a good thing about the opener. They had some problems they're aware of, and they're addressing this week. And we'll see if it happens on the field.
Well, it's going to be fun. Second game, and, it's always a little bit of a lull between the opener when everybody's all excited and the third game, which is Tennessee. But I think people will be fired up because last week was not your typical opener with a 12:30 start. So people will be tailgating. I know I'll be out there tailgating. Wait till you see what I got, Robbie. I got an iPod dock, so I can have my iPod out there and listen to music before the game. So come by my tailgate. You're
listen
welcome.
to music, watch football. You need a TV now.
I know. My wife won't let me get a TV. She says we're not supposed to be watching football. We're supposed to be enjoying our company.
You said you were the boss, so go ahead and buy one.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I never said that, honey. All right, that's going to do it for this Swampcast. We appreciate you guys for joining us, and we will be back next week. Until then, this is Robbie Andreu. I'm Pat Dooley saying so long from the Sunshine State.